They're the worst.
They're the worst.
Hello and welcome to the second episode of Blackjack or Wackjack. We are the worst critics, and my name is Noah Davis.
I'm Jumpino.
And we're going to talk about the third and fourth OVA of the Blackjack anime series. Episode 3, Big Picture.
Dope, high potential, boobs, anti-capitalist protagonists,
Everything you like.
anti-global policing, anti-American American military industrial complex.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, so episode 3 is basically this kind of pseudo South America, Cuba country that has these rebels, and you can kind of connect the dots from there. But yeah, I mean, it's just so action-packed, and unlike the other episodes, that it was just fun throughout the entire thing. Whereas the other episodes kind of slow burn, and they're fine or whatever, but this one really stood out. I mean, especially
very much so.
And I feel as though the animation got a level up. Like they saved their money from the first 2 episodes and then put more into this one, because every single scene, every shot when they're behind the waterfall and they're doing the surgery and all the gunfights, this episode's actually just pretty fucking awesome.
I mean, completely agreed. I think the big thing, which I think you said, is that while there is the Blackjack backbone to this, it distinctly didn't feel like medical mystery show. It felt like badass doctor doing badass shit.
Yeah. Whereas the other ones are more medical mystery, this one is just a guy that seems to have medical knowledge. He just does the thing, and there's no, oh, who is it, or what's the sickness? Nope. Just gonna save this fake Castro or Guevara kind of guy, whoever it's supposed to be.
This felt like it was supposed to be Venezuela, no?
I think
like
they
Hugo
were just
Chavez.
Yeah. I feel like they were being pretty, generalizing with it.
Well, of course. I mean, the guy's name was, what was his name? Cruz?
Cruz, yeah.
Daughter
Cruz.
Maria. I mean, give me a break, yeah.
Penelope Cruz? Huh? Oh. Yeah, what was it?
It all ties back.
Ortega? That was the country?
Yeah, the Ortega Republic or something like that.
So, yeah, I think they were just kind of generalizing. I mean, it could be Venezuela, I don't know, but I don't know.
And Federal Unites?
Yeah, that was funny. That. Because, that's about as on the nose for a nickname for America as you can get, period. And was it on purpose that it's FU?
I think it kind of has to be, right?
That's what
it wasn't even United Federal or Federal United. It was Federal Unites.
Right. It
so
seemed like
it reads like it's translation error, but come on, FU?
Yeah, it seems, but my question is, do you think the Japanese writers made sure it was FU? Or did the localizers make sure it was FU, Because, I doubt I'm sure they do know, our sayings and shit, but it's like, would they think to do that? But I don't know. Whatever it was a great kind of in-joke reference. And obviously, America the bad guys, because, pretty classic, really. It's just pretty classic. It's kind of our shtick a little bit. But yeah, even his relationship with Maria, they had the will they, won't they, and I wasn't uncomfortable like a certain will they, won't they from the previous episode. I don't know if they ever said Maria's name, but they didn't.
No, they said Maria's name multiple times.
Or sorry, not her name. Her age. Yeah, my bad.
Oh yeah, I think 30 something.
Okay, great. Yeah, because it felt a lot less uncomfortable. And I don't have any tension other than, is he gonna, get with this woman? Because kind of saved her dad's life, or her uncle, dad. Was Cruz her uncle or
Dad.
dad? Yeah,
She was his daughter.
saved her dad's life. See her naked. I mean, feel like it was teeing it up. But
I mean,
yeah,
literally sleep with him, just not fuck him.
right. Which I don't know. Is it implied that they did? I mean,
No, I think it's implied that they didn't
they
because
just slept. Yeah.
in the like Humvee thing before they shoot down the last thing and she gets shot.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "Why didn't you fuck me?" or whatever language they used, and he was
Oh,
like, "Oh, I always black out, all the good times in my life, even if they're yesterday, because I'm
right.
a smoldering emo boy."
That was a good line. Good line. But now that you speak of it, her death scene, awesome. That
Dude,
animation.
so many awesome death scenes in that whole
Mm-hmm.
thing. 3 awesome death scenes. I was like, "Holy fuck, they're making dying look badass."
Yeah. Well, they're making revolutionaries dying look badass. I mean, pretty badass
Yeah.
to even do
I
that.
mean, because so, like, let's do them chronologically if you don't care.
Yeah,
So the
go for it.
first one's the colonel who, like, set up the whole sting to bring back the general,
Right. Mm-hmm.
and he dies basically surrounded by the blue coats, but catches a bullet in his mouth.
Yep.
I mean, come on, that's sick as fuck.
That's yeah, I mean, that's some skill. I don't even know how you do that.
Yeah, I mean, and it's completely unnecessary because there's no way there wasn't a hole all over his face, but he got the one bullet that was directed to the head.
I also like how, I mean, there are, kind of some supernatural, not ghost supernatural, but supernatural things in the previous 2 episodes. But then it's like, yeah, that guy can just do that.
Yeah,
Just, okay, great. So I'm
true.
curious to see if we have more episodes where we have even crazier people or with more kind of
Yeah, like
enhanced
yeah,
abilities.
exactly. Suddenly it becomes like an actual anime where a dude's like, punching a hole through people's chest, but he's like built like a stick figure.
I mean, that'd be pretty sweet. That'd be pretty
Oh,
awesome.
he took the, anti spider venom serum and now suddenly he can shoot webs out of his hands and now we got a superhero spin-off.
Yeah, that'd be badass. I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
it would be
with
cool. It would be cool. It's not a complaint. I'm just saying it would be a real spin for what the show has built the other 3 of 4 episodes.
And then
This one being the exception.
what was the second death again?
Her death, I think, was the second badass death.
Oh, and then you're talking
Um,
about like the end and death. Okay, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Because the second badass death, obviously, sort of parade of fireworks and exploding fucking helicopters and the sick shot where it's just like her dog tags and a bullet hole.
Yup. And
I mean, a
didn't it
lot of
go
cool
black
art
and
in this
white?
one. It did. It did.
It looked awesome. I
Yeah, it
mean,
was sick.
any complaints that we had with the motion of the animation the last 2 episodes, this one made up for those completely. Because they were
Yeah.
not, I mean, they did that a couple times, but they gave us so much to kind of latch onto that I barely noticed
Yeah.
the freeze.
And I think it did what it was meant to do in those other ones, which was like provide a beat, like
Mm-hmm.
just a moment to like catch the pacing up. Because otherwise, the whole time, they're fleeing, he's doing surgery, everything's tense, everyone's sweating, there's gunfights, and then every once in a while, it's just like a still frame, that weird blacky white, this is like the actual hand drawing frame
Mm-hmm.
with people talking over it. Um, and then obviously the third death, sick as fuck, strapped to your teeth and grenades and explosives, and just saying, "I'm going home," climbing the fence, boom, and then the hand on fire on the barbed wire that
Yep.
remains. I mean, come on.
That was real
Come
dope.
on.
And I even loved Blackjack's response where he puts the gun to the guy's head, or not even his response, the response to his response, where he puts the gun to this guy's head, doesn't shoot because the guy knows he's a doctor and he's not going to just murder a dude. And the guy, goes, "Hey, if you killed me, nothing would change."
Yeah, this is war, baby.
It's just so good because, he's saying that, ironically after literally just killing a guy who's in a
Right.
similar position. So it's
Yep.
just, I don't know, it's this kind of meta commentary on, revolutionaries and just revolutions and what have you. I
Right.
guess Venezuela, whatever.
When and the other thing, you know, that just adds to this feeling of like Oh yeah, I'm literally just like not even a cog in this machine. Like I play no part in this. This thing is happening completely outside of me.
Hmm.
Um, is that their whole kill the general on site is because they found like a proxy that they're just going to imprison indefinitely. So this is just like getting rid of evidence to like even allow a fair trial or anything like this.
Right. And I mean that's totally what they do. It's
Yep.
just it's
So pretty
very
good.
as kind of crazy as this episode is, it just kind of reflects real life rather well, like all said and done. And it
And
gives
I
us
mean,
mhm.
oh, go ahead. Go ahead. No, no, go
I was
ahead.
just gonna say it gives it a more gritty feeling than the previous two episodes.
Yep. Yeah, that was gonna be my point. Is that this definitely feels like the darkest, sort of most dystopian, sort of least like Blackjack. Because at least the premise in the prior two episodes was that you know he's a super underground doctor who does like great shit, but for money. But let's be clear, for lots of dough. Um, and then in this thing, he's like, I did everything I could. I cured this fucking. Well, I should say cure.
Eh,
But
fixed.
help prolong this guy's terminal diagnosis,
Hmm.
and it was all for nothing because he just gets shot and the world sucks. And so I think that's why the next episode starts as it does, where he's like on a vacation, even though sequentially these things don't happen back to back in the manga.
Right, but I mean, hey, that kind of I think that speaks volumes to the creators of the anime. That they know that hey, I'd be pretty messed up after witnessing all that and not being able to
Yeah,
kill the guy and all that. I mean, yeah, that'd
yeah.
be
I need to go to the French Riviera and swim for a while.
yeah. But anything else on episode 3,
I
Decoration
I
of Marie
did
and her comrades?
I did just want to touch. When there was medical things to comment on, I tried to make a point of things to comment on. So,
Yeah.
did you catch what he was dying of?
No. Well, I mean, no.
So, he had like metastatic thyroid cancer, basically.
Hmm.
And in general, metastatic cancer, is sort of terminal. We can put it in remission, but you're never like cancer free. And the cancer at some point will always come back. And that's why it's not like curative therapy. Whereas, like, let's say you just had like a local breast cancer, we can cut it out and boom, your breast cancer's treated. So this guy, his cancer spread from his thyroid gland in the neck to some lymph nodes, and he said just vaguely the respiratory systems. So I don't
Hmm.
know if that means like inside his bronchus or inside the lungs themselves. I don't know, but it's gone other places, which means again it's literally never curable. But what he was doing was he was cutting out like the initial cancer in the thyroid gland itself because it was causing some type of hyperthyroidism, which can cause heart failure and all these other problems. And so that was thing one that I was like, actually, that's pretty decent logic, and especially like in the camp surgeon, I'm trying to prolong this guy days to weeks. Not like the worst line of thinking in the world, albeit obviously crazy shit happens where they're just like boiling the instruments in pots and pans, and
Yeah.
definitely not on like a sterile thing, and not transfusing him blood at all,
Right
even
next
though
to a
he's like
waterfall,
terminal cancer patient undergoing a pretty major surgery. Um,
using
so that was
moonlight.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah. Middle of the night, open air, like mosquitoes and other shit
Yep.
in this
Hmm.
fucking, South American country. Give me a break, Central American country. So that was thing one. And thing two, he just had a quick one off line that I just wanted to say is like not true. And I think perpetuates a thing that probably people believed back then, but is certainly proven to be false now, which is that like morphine and any pain meds in treating cancer somehow hastens death. And that's just certifiably false. Actually, providing pain relief is proven to be like very, very life and quality of life prolonging. You know, go figure that the guy whose mental state's not good because they have horrible cancer and their whole body hurts and they can't eat, not having at least that pain piece to it makes them, able to eat a little bit more, able to get out and play with their grandkids, have a little bit more motivation for each part of their day. So
Huh. Why
I
do you
just didn't like,
think people thought that?
but because it literally is not only numbing them up, but it makes you sleepy, it makes you tired, it can suppress your respiratory drive. So when you like completely zonk someone out, you can totally kill them with morphine. But treating pain is just treating pain. It's not what whatever Dr. Kiriko that we'll talk about in the other episode, that's euthanasia, but I think there was just so much association with people being like on hospice and just like getting as much morphine as they want and not understanding that like treating pain is actually like a part of the treatment of cancer.
Hmm.
And that's like proven now. But, 90s, so whatever.
Cool. So did doctors themselves actually think that?
Yeah. That was like what the medical science was. Like we thought treating the pain was sort of like, it's a balancing act because we're going to be harming their body. But it turns out whatever little harm it might be doing to the body, as long as it's dosed properly, it's actually just prolonging their life.
Huh. The more you know. I mean, that's why we got you here, you know?
Yep. And then the only third thing was just he said it once and I was like, oh, whatever, that's a one off line. Then he said it twice and I was like, okay, I don't know why they're hinging on this. So they said, he's trying to figure out the diagnosis and whatever, and then he figures out it's his thyroid, but he kept saying he needed an endoscope to diagnose this. And that's like the same type of scope and camera that you might like stick up their nose and down someone's throat to like see their vocal cords and their nose. It might be like down the mouth and down the esophagus to take a look at the stomach and esophagus and small intestine, or it could be like up the butt to see, the colon and small bowel that way. But at no point to diagnose metastatic thyroid cancer would you need that. So I was just trying to figure out why they would bring it up twice, and I, for the life of me, could not, unless he meant like a bronchoscope and like seeing whatever part of the respiratory system the cancer had gotten to. But that still wouldn't be any different than just doing what he did and cutting the neck open and seeing it there. So
You think it could have been a translation thing, or?
I don't think so. I mean, it's a pretty like specific word,
Right. And they've gotten a lot right, at least,
Correct. And
translation.
particularly in this episode,
Mhm.
particularly in this episode. So that's why I was like,
Mm.
I don't know. It just didn't make sense to me. So maybe again, it was just like some vital medical jargon was missed in the preceding sentence, and they thought, no one gives a fuck,
Right.
But
I
yeah,
mean,
it just didn't make sense. That was the only one that
how
didn't
many
make
of the
sense.
watchers are doctors, you know? You know?
Yeah, true.
Okay,
That
is
was it.
that
That was episode 3.
gotcha. And moving on to episode 4, Anorexia and the Two Doctors. Big picture?
Um, I think overall, unfortunately, more same, so a little
Mm-hmm.
less to speak about. But I do like the added context of this rivalry, some backstory, some big overarching narrative stuff. Although it was really just like the smallest hint of a taste of it,
Yeah.
because you really didn't see them feud much or understand why they
Nope.
were feuding. You just sort of see one guy is about prolonging life, curing, and the other guy's like, nah, man, like these people are suffering. We should just help them in the way that we can easily do, which is to kill them.
Yeah, like you said, it kind of goes back to medical mystery. But again, like you said, yeah, the whole Dr. Kiriko, I just think he was uh he's an interesting like foil, just kind of the opposite version of Blackjack. Like you said, he's not trying to heal, but he's still trying to help. Just not that the way Blackjack does. And I think that's a really interesting dynamic that they didn't really do anything with, sadly, and that kind of distracted me, honestly.
Yeah, it was a choice for sure.
Because his role in Blackjack's life was far more intriguing than the actual medical mystery that we got, which was this porn actress tries to be a serious actress, and then she comes down with a sickness, can't do the work, and medical mystery ensues. Um, and I did enjoy its resolution and all that, but I mean, I do have to say the animation was pretty lacking in this one. Felt like they reused a lot of things. They were just kind of there were shots of the producers just talking for just kind of no
Yeah.
reason.
Yep.
Just being like, "Oh yeah, she can't do it. No, she can't do it." It's just okay, I guess. It felt kind of as though they were fluffing it a little bit to pad out that runtime because it was longer. I think it was like 5 minutes longer than the other one. So I don't know. It didn't feel as though they had enough here to stretch that out for the time. Cause yeah, the medical mystery, it was okay. was okay. You know, at least it was almost this realistic thing. Whereas, again, episode one was very supernatural-y, whereas it's more like episode two, where it's realistic, you know, with giant air quotes. Uh, but you know,
No,
it's
see,
still kind of fantastical.
yeah, I was going to disagree with that point. I think
Giant air
so
quotes.
far, in terms of the medical stuff, we've had 4 distinct episodes. The first one being this sort of weird anime spiritual blue glowy thing
Mm-hmm.
that did not feel like quote unquote real medicine. So I was
No,
like,
not at
we'll
all.
see. Second one is literally just mescaline, peyote, whatever. That feels like classic real medicine, doctor uncovering something weird that's happening, but more like um house Sherlock Holmesy thing rather than I'm a doctor trying to do doctor shit. And
Right.
then episode 3, obviously, this is like pull your fucking army hat on, Wild West medicine mash, like figure shit out on the fly, but also a semi-real medical thing. Again, I don't know exactly about cutting the cancer out of you to prolong your life, but at least the logic was there and it's like a real medical thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one is more, like American sci-fi bioterrorism stuff, which again, not to poke holes in all the medicine, we don't have to deep dive it all the time, but like
I mean, we might as
for us
well.
to for us to bioengineer a parasite
Yeah, yeah.
that not only crosses the blood-brain barrier of rodents but also humans,
Shape shifts.
and that shapeshifts,
Yeah.
and that can exist on apparently dead flesh, but also when immediately removed from living tissue dies and explodes.
I don't know. I mean,
For me,
yeah,
that was like the
obviously.
most. I was like, "What are we talking about here?" Like this, you just had such a cool episode where you're like really talking about some like real medical shit to like, something that just felt like you were just trying to show another pair of titties.
Well, I mean, they gotta. There's a quota they have to meet.
Right, fan service.
Yeah, they fan service will be fan service, you know. But I don't know. I kind of enjoyed that. I mean, it's like, how far do bioweapons go? Do we even know how far they go? You know, as a just
Right,
a public
right.
society.
Well, and I think that's fair. But then like look at COVID. Like let's be the most tinfoil hat ever,
Mhm,
and say COVID was an engineered virus. Like
right.
it fucking wasn't this echinococcus. That's for damn sure.
Would have been way cooler.
Yeah. So like, I think in terms of scalability, in terms of deployability, this feels very far fetched,
Well,
particularly knowing that he initially thinks it's a bacteria and it turns out it's a fucking worm. Like those are very different technologies. Like to engineer a bacteria, we do and have been doing, and same with yeast and molds since, the 60s, maybe earlier, to like truly engineer it, not just fuck around and grow them in the lab and stuff.
to be
Um,
fair, it was an abandoned site. So, you know,
right,
maybe
which
it didn't
which
go
means
the way they wanted.
right, but it was also abandoned, meaning it had been gone for decades. She was a little girl. She was 32 now,
Oh, right. Yeah.
so that means this had to have been done in like the 60s, 70s. I'm like, I'm just telling you, that doesn't make sense. Like,
You just
like
don't get
maybe
it.
in the 90s they could have invented that then, but not when they were children playing around down there and all their pets were dying.
Yeah. Oh,
But
yeah. We didn't even talk about the whole dead
right,
dog
exactly.
thing. That
Right.
was
But
weird.
but if we can suspend our disbelief and say, sure, in this world that's totally plausible because maybe their technology's ahead because it's clearly not quote unquote Earth because there's Federal
S
Unites
Town.
and Ortega Republic and S City or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Even then, I do like the way it was set up. Like the actual structure of the narrative was great. Here's a flashback. Here's some animals dying, and like the town's just kind of cool with the kids playing down there and the animals dying. She wants to be a superstar. She goes off, tries to make it, becomes a porn star. Is finally getting her break. Gets sick because she went back to visit the place her friend died. Like all that narratively is cool. I just the medicine piece because I had to call it out. I'm just like I don't know if that's what's going to do it. Like I was racking my brain because I was like, "Oh, are they trying to make it like anthrax? Are they trying to make it like HIV?" Which both theoretically, one could TVify both of those illnesses to do this. But then for it to be like a echinococcus trapped in the freaking limbic system, I'm like, okay, bro, whatever you
you're
say.
not thinking like blackjack. You need to think like blackjack. Clearly, you don't understand the mystery. And I guess Blackjack didn't either, because Kiriko kind of just told him. That's what I thought was funny, is that Kiriko was like, "Yeah, it's in this book. Um, that's it." Like,
Yeah, go figure it out down there, buddy. Also loved, obviously he's a super smart guy.
hmm
He's also like a super practical guy. He seems to be handy and knows how to do shit.
hmm
Um, why would opening a bunch of oil barrels and causing like the biggest explosion possible be your solution to this? Like,
He had to open it fast. Okay,
but weren't there like more sterile procedures to eradicate, a
you weren't there.
condemned place?
You weren't there. You wouldn't know. But
And
yeah,
also,
he
why is it
did
his
go over.
responsibility to get rid of it that instant?
Right. He could have
Like,
called
just call
somebody.
whatever government,
Yeah.
the French government, and the French have to fucking figure it out. It's not your responsibility to go save the town of Anjou, you
Well,
know?
maybe the French government made the things and they don't want to destroy it, so he wants to keep it out of their hands. Checkmate.
Yeah, I mean, those are fair things. That would have been a cooler narrative to continue.
Well, you have to think like Wackjack, you know? He's about saving as many lives as possible.
I don't
Um,
think he is.
well, saving the lives that interest him.
Right, that pay him money. That's what I'm saying, the
Well, I don't think they
motivation is
have to
not
pay him that
there.
much. They just tell him how much they can pay and he takes it. You know?
No,
Like,
because the lady said I can only pay 120, and he said, "No, my fee's 200."
oh, fuck. Yeah. Huh. Maybe Blackjack sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I think he does suck, but that's why I'm saying this sort of goes against him sucking. This is a good thing to theoretically do. It's just a stupid way to do it, which doesn't seem like blackjack, and it doesn't seem like a blackjack thing to do, period.
Yeah, because I mean, if more people got infected, he'd get more money. Boom,
Yeah,
bada
so that's what I'm
bing,
saying.
infinite
So
money
so
glitch.
maybe it's some progression of his narrative arc that maybe deep down he is a good guy and doesn't want to take these people money, but he likes this rich, lavish lifestyle that he lives, but it's not that lavish. He just has like a nice car and a big fuck off house.
Yeah, yeah. It's what a cabin by the sea.
Yeah. And
Uh,
again, apparently he takes bougie ass vacations, but that was once out of, what I'm gonna guess is several months of stuff.
I also like how we got the little girl at the end. Just came back out of nowhere. They went to the
Well,
movies.
we got him twice, right? We got it at the end of 3 because she found the dog tags in the drawer.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, when does she get here? Was she there the
Oh,
whole
you're like,
time?
why did she come to France? Right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
don't
Was
know.
she there
Yeah.
the whole like? Okay, she's his weird quasi assistant, whatever. Um, where was she? you know. Um, what else? What else? What else?
Oh, um, this is just a point now because we've given it some time
hmm
for it to establish it's not quote unquote real Earth. And again, I'm sure it's just an anime thing, a 90s thing, and again, generally one of these things that John seems to care about, but no one else seems to care about. Everyone can suspend their disbelief. But why is everyone in the whole world speaking Japanese non-accented?
Jesus Christ!
And the only reason I bring this up because
Because they
again, I
speak
agree,
Spanish.
anime 90s whatever. Um well, they weren't speaking Spanish, but they wrote in French in this 4th episode.
Maybe it's like
So
Star
that like
Wars,
letter
you know.
that letter to the agent was like actually written in French that is legible. I promise to call you. I don't like where I'm at. Warmly, whatever her name
They're just
was,
translating for
Michelle.
our sake, you know. Because maybe they do speak French, but since we're the ones watching it, anime, English or Japanese, whatever. You're the only person I know who's ever cared about that.
Well, again, I don't actually care that much.
Mm,
It just seems like a weird thing to
Chernobyl.
make them actually write in French.
Chernobyl.
No, I care about it in a lot of stuff. I don't
Mm-hmm.
like that all of ancient Rome and the Middle East is all fucking British. You know,
Oh,
that
and
doesn't make any goddamn
you'd
sense.
rather have Matt Damon speaking American, huh?
I would rather Matt Damon never be in that film.
Well, yeah, same actually.
I would rather British people not portray Russian people. I would rather, if you're gonna have a French dude, he's not speak Japanese, you know. But
It
it's
is
fine if
odd.
everyone speaks Japanese. It's just weird that they wrote in French. Like, just make it Japanese. I was gonna completely continue believing in this idea that the weird Central American, South American country was also just speaking the global language. But then they wrote in a different language, and I was like, wait, what the fuck is this?
Well,
You know,
and the
the
end
president of
of
the United States speaks Japanese, the whole thing.
the end of episode 2, they had the syndicate, and they were literally straight up speaking Spanish.
Oh, I see. I thought you were talking about episode 3. I forgot
Mm-mm.
about they were speaking Spanish in episode 2.
At the end, when
Yeah,
the
so then
syndicate, yeah. Mm-hmm.
yep, so now that's even bigger hole. Thank you, Noah. Even bigger hole.
And I do think a couple of them did have sort of accents in episode 3, too. I mean, not like, stand out accents, but I think they did try to give some of the characters accents.
Well, I did notice some people were it's seemingly real voice actory people and not just like again, classic anime sound voice actory people, but like the guy who was like the country doctor, the country guy when the airplanes flew above.
Mm,
Um both those people in episodes 3 and 4 distinctly had like, what I'm going to call like the overdrawn Kentucky accent in Hollywood productions.
right.
Um but obviously in Japanese. So, I'm not saying they don't do accents. I just don't know that they're doing the like I'm a Frenchman speaking Japanese accent or I'm a Spanish person speaking Japanese accent. To me they did not sound like that.
Oh, no, no, they weren't doing it at all for episode 4. I don't think there was a single inflection of French, or at least
Yeah.
not
And like
noticeable.
even when they said Paris and Anjou, like they didn't even attempt to say the French words that way.
Anju. Just Anju.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was like, wait, just make it make sense.
Um, I also noticed how the opening was different. Opening theme sequence was different, and you got to see Blackjack as a child.
Oh, I've skipped every single opening sequence.
Oh, well, they changed it, and he, as a child, has this affliction. So I think it was a little tease of what that's about.
Oh, that's why he knows it.
No, 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 no. He has the Blackjack face, the scar, the skin.
Oh, the hair, the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm wondering, maybe we'll get an answer to that. I really hope we just get a full flashback episode, one of these.
Same.
Maybe even have Kiriko in it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Oh,
That's my hopes.
there was one more note I took, totally unrelated, but
Hmm.
when he's over in his vacation and um what's her name? Pachiro
I don't know her
is all
name.
salty. Like,
Yeah.
hey,
Hmm.
why are you having such a good time without me? Did you forget about me or whatever?
Right.
The toy she has in her hand, did you notice it?
No? What was it?
It's literally Perry the platypus.
No.
It's a completely like green platypus with the yellow beak and a top hat.
A top hat or a fedora? Very different.
Oh, like a fedora hat. Yeah,
Oh,
like a
shit.
pink fedora hat.
What was pink?
Yeah, of course it's not exactly Perry. I'm just saying the iconography was right there.
Maybe they're big fans of Blackjack. You ever think about that? Maybe they saw
I
that
mean,
and said, that's going to be a character.
but how would that never come up?
How would what never come up?
I mean, in the Wikipedia, I went on a deep dive to try to figure out if this was related because they looked so eerily similar.
Well, it might be the same thing with episode 2 and the lady wearing the Ash Ketchum outfit. Maybe there's just, not saying it's a cultural thing, but I'm saying maybe just people chalk it up to that.
Yeah,
It's
but
like,
Ash Ketchum came out around the same time, if not earlier than this show.
Yeah, it was very close. Yeah, true.
Whereas Perry the Platypus came out like 20 years after.
Well, maybe a lot of people who watch Blackjack don't watch Phineas and Ferb, and vice versa.
Yeah, but then to come up with the idea independently is just interesting.
It's actually even
Like,
crazier.
yeah, like would you ever, as a drawing just bullshit toy for, angry little adult girl to hold, be a fucking platypus that's green with a hat
I'm gonna
that's
have
in a
to.
shade of red?
I'm gonna have to watch this scene again when we
Don't worry, I'm about to
finish.
send you a screenshot once
Okay.
we get off the call.
I don't really have much more for episode 4. I don't know. There's a lot to talk about with 3. 4 didn't really have a lot of meat to it.
Yeah, no, it was a little dull.
Was there anything with the brain operation? Any medical stuff?
I mean, at this point, I'm just gonna say this guy's a master of surgery, and he can sort
Mm-hmm.
of do what he wants, when he wants, and how he wants, and just chalk that up because there's a lack of sort of cauterization and other people holding shit that just is very unbelievable for how real surgery works. But I mean, the brain surgery was fine.
Would it be even possible to cut out something like that in the brain?
I mean, if you knew where you were looking, he was just digging around randomly, hoping he got to the right place. And to reach the optic chiasm, again, as he mentioned, you have to sort of like divide the two hemispheres of the brain. So already doing that, like you may have like irreparably damaged her like sense of self, her ability to like, you know, understand what her hand is doing. Like you've seen those like split brain experiment people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
So
he
like
might have
that type of
accidentally
stuff. Like
lobotomized
the
her.
abstraction of like knowing when you squeeze a ball that you're squeezing the ball, even though you know you're holding a ball in your hand because you can see it. That kind of stuff. Like like, would she still be a good actor? I don't know. It's hard to say when you literally split someone's brain in two.
Dang, Blackjack's reckless.
Yeah. But I mean, clearly he's a master surgeon because none of that happened. So
Yeah,
implication is she's still great because she's hot.
that's
Also
true.
crazy that the
Happy ending.
director who picked her because actually secret plot twist, it's her old friend's brother,
Mm-hmm.
said women's place is because they're sinful beauty or some shit.
Yeah.
So like make it make sense. You either thought this is a hot porn star or actually that's my dead little sister's best friend and I'm going to make her shine the way she should.
I'm just saying
But
you can't think both.
I mean it might even be more believable to be both, but he sort of disparately did one and then secondly did the other, It wasn't like he obviously held both things.
Yeah.
This sort of weird villain in the background until the big reveal, and then he's like, "No, I've loved her the whole time. She's great. She's basically my little sister now."
Yeah, the being an asshole was just his cover.
Why does he need a cover?
He's just
Doesn't make sense.
because he has to, reason with the producers that don't want her in the movie. Boom, bada bing. You're thinking too much in All
Isn't that the
right.
point of this podcast?
No. Take it at
You're
face
right.
value. Move
Right,
on.
this is sycophant podcast. Everything is good. I love this.
That works.
Shill.
That should be our
Money
next
me.
podcast. Our
Yeah.
next show.
Yeah. We rate your shit well. You pay us.
It's 10 out of 10, no matter what. Flat rate. All right. Has that been all your notes for episode 4?
That is.
Okay, that was episode 2 of Blackjack or Wackjack. Name pending still, but we're probably going to keep it. Join us next time when we talk about episodes 5 and 6. Until then, we are out of here. You don't do peace.
Sometimes I spice it up. We've already been over this.
They're the worst. They're the worst.